Hello to all my queers and dears, and welcome back. Today we are going to be reacting to the new trailer for Jessie Gender's upcoming film on Nebula, IDENTITEAZE. And, you know, just so people know, this is public. Like, this. Whenever I stream on Nebula, like, whenever like I react to something on Nebula, like whether it's this or whether it was like H Bomber Guy's Ruby video or whatever, these are public, like on YouTube. I'm just watching them here because they don't have ads here, but like I am not. Unless I do it by accident, I am never going to like try and like I will always try and respect the things that people want to stay exclusive. That's part of what helps them, I mean, unless it's like a major company, the fact that Identities is exclusive to Nebula is what allows Jessie to let it exist, that's so like I won't be reacting to the full film or anything like that. I mean, that would be copyright infringement or bordering on anyway. It wouldn't technically be, but it'd be damn close. Even if it wasn't technically, it's a little bit of a gray area. Anyways, the point of it all is I have only been, and I will only be, watching stuff publicly that is public, elsewhere. I might do analysis on other stuff, on stuff that is not, available outside of a streaming service or something. But I won't do react. So just wanted to get that out of the way to make sure that everyone knows I support creators, etc. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's watch this trailer. I don't know why I'm speaking like that, but I am. So let's go.
There's a sound in your mind, heard only in the silence between heartbeats. It's chaotic, unruled. Isolated, it tricks you into thinking it's a full song.
Who are you?
But in truth, you're just an instrument. Waiting for a conductor to teach you the actual melody.
Well, where is he?
As far as you're concerned, there's only one of you.
Perfect. Stronger. Always on time. I don't often see glitches in my system. I built this world too well. So I take notice when they do happen. And I don't like glitches.
Very cool. Very, very cool. I just saw a little something. I was told that there are little teasers and little codes and stuff like that being released, kind of like Lost, like kind of like how Lost did it. So, you know, we should always keep our eyes and ears open for things. And one thing I noticed was a little website here. Ah, missed it. Nope, missed it again. Be the glitch. Ah! I almost had it that time. Ah! This is hard to find, hard to capture. Ventiverse.com. Okay. Well, let's go through it again with a little bit more of an analytical view. And then once we go through it a little bit slower and analyze it a bit, then we will go to the website and see what awaits us there.
There's a sound in
System error. June 18th.
There's a sound in your mind, heard only in the silence between heartbeats. It's chaotic, unruled. Isolated, it tricks you into thinking it's a full song.
Who are you?
So,
But in truth, you're just an instrument. Waiting for a conductor to teach you the actual melody.
Well, where is he?
As far as you're concerned, there's only one of you.
so interesting. So, it looks like, knowing what I know about the themes that Jessie has said that she wants this film to explore, as well as what we're getting from here, looks to me like we're going to have someone whose identity they feel they're. Well, let's see. So the idea is that they're going to be sort of like in this place where you have an avatar that allows you to. Okay, so in theory, right, I hope I'm remembering some of the premise correctly. But it's in a digital space, right? So you can be essentially anyone, right? And so I guess what I'm thinking is here we have someone whose like sense of gender is not completely within the rigid box that they're quote unquote supposed to be in, right? So the system registers their avatar as essentially two different people, in because the system can't register that can't register outside of the binary. So you basically have someone who the system can't understand. And so it splits them. And then, of course, you have these sort of like, kind of cops, I guess, is a way I'd describe them, that are trying to, patch the glitch of someone who isn't really supposed to exist. Why, having two of them is not supposed to happen. That's sort of my current theory on how some of this is going.
Perfect. Stronger. Always on time. I don't often see glitches in my system. I built this world too well. So I take notice when they do happen. And I don't like glitches. They do happen.
Let's take a look at some of these other
This world
characters.
too well. Often see glitches in my system. I built it.
This Abigail Thorne has some kind of hologram.
This world too well. So I take no.
Hold on. So let's see. Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. So it looks like Abigail Thorne is playing some kind of authority figure for this world, but obviously not the person doing the narration.
I don't often see glitches in my system. I built this world too.
Oh, that's interesting. Look what's back there. That's an interesting image. That must be the person who's speaking. Yeah, them splitting is the glitch. As far as I can tell, what the sort of cops are trying to enforce is the idea that there's only one of them, that they can only be one thing, essentially, that their identity has to be rigid. At least that's what it seems to be. I'm just noticing some really interesting stuff in this image. There's been some really interesting terms, like really interesting speech patterns. Not speech patterns, but like word choices. That's what I'm looking for. Really interesting word choices. Like the idea of being an instrument waiting for a conductor, or like the idea of always on time. There's some really interesting ideas there that I can't quite put my finger on yet. But like this guy, right? He has a is that supposed trying to think whether or not this that thing on the right is supposed to be like a G-clef. Person speaking is the guy who snaps at the start. Recognize him from Star Trek. Ah, got it. Yes. Got it. We don't see much of him, but that makes sense then. I'm pretty sure that that's the guy on the wall back here. Which makes sense. We don't see much of that guy, but obviously we hear plenty of him.
Well,
hold on. Let's take a look at what some of the stuff that was on there. So, wonder if I could like screenshot this and flip it. See what some of this stuff says. I'm just doing that now. Let's see what we can glean from this. You know, I've never done this kind of trailer breakdown before. It's fun. You know, obviously take everything with, you know, giant grain of salt. I'm just speculating here. But it's fun. Let's see. Okay. Got the screenshot. Now I just need to flip it. As soon as it loads. And the snipping program crashed. Great. Let's try that again. Okay, great. Here we go. Sorry for the pause while I just quickly attempt to do this. Okay. And then... while that loads, let's continue a little bit.
So I take note.
Wait, hold on. Let's see if we can.
So I take notice.
First of all, the special effects here are freaking cool, really cool. So let's see. So here next to the coffee mug, which I think has the same logo on it that Abigail Thorne's character did, the mug, there seems to be some kind of pamphlet there, but I can't really get a good look at it from here. Maybe they're trying to entice someone to join the system. You know, we know this is a digital space, so maybe they're marketing to people. Yeah, not sure. It looks like a pamphlet, but you can't even be 100% sure of that.
So I take notice when they do happen. And I don't like glitches.
Hold on, why don't I take a look at their outfits there? I'm curious if... Okay, so those are just regular suits. I thought I might have seen the that logo again on them, but I did not. Okay. So let's take a look at that image now that it's loaded. Window capture. sorry, not quite working. There we go. So that's browser capture. Yeah, okay, we need window capture then. Let's see. Sorry. Never tried to do this much stuff in the middle of a stream before, so I've never quite, like, you know. Yeah, so I apologize for some of the delays in all this. Window capture. Can you see that? Ah, here we go. No. Apologies. Doesn't seem to be working. All right, I apologize, everyone, for spending all that time on that, and not being able to show it to you. But I do have it here, so let me flip it here, and see what I can. Can I flip it? Is that an option here? I thought it was. God damn. I apologize, everyone. Maybe if I click on it. Here we go. Got it. I got it, everyone. I got it. We have a better image of what that guy was looking at now. So, he was looking at section 8. Hold on. There might be a way I could actually get this in front of you guys. Nope, that's not doing it. Well, let's at least go back to that image.
Too well. Oh, I know what I could do. I know what I could do for you all. I can flip this. I don't think it flipped. There we go. Got it. Woo! Okay, so
Um. Okay, so looks like the sort of keypad over here, although it goes up to 12 rather than 9, is to observe section numbers, which is interesting. Hard to know what, at this point, what the sections are for, but people are split up into different sections, which is very interesting and lines up with those themes of, that we know that the film is going to have of, stepping outside of the rigid boxes people are placed in. In theory, if you break out of a section, then that's potentially, Now, we also have, that might be the B. Boimler employee data. Might be the name of the protagonist, or it might be the name of the guy looking at this stuff. I'm imagining, I'm thinking that it's probably the name of the protagonist, but I'm not sure. What else is here? Some of this is hard to see because of the colors they used. Which, specifically this stuff here. But okay, so we got some stuff from this, definitely. Specifically this idea of how the things are structured a bit. Which is interesting. This idea of a system split up into sections. Now, let's go to that website and see what that looks like. What was it? Ventiverses.org? Huh. Let me double check the website again. I'll have to find it. Ah! I just missed it again. It's really quick. Ventiverse, not Ventiverses. Got it. Let's take a look. Choose yourself. The Ventiverse is the world's most advanced metaverse. It's a metaverse, a family, a new way of life, and more. Become part of the world's most sophisticated and innovative metaverse. Innovative identity system built on the VentiChain and powered by AI. Get your own unique identities. Your identities in the Ventiverse features AI-generated features, so no two identities are the same. A simplified world. Your identity streamlines your event experience, allowing you to be more productive and deepen your ties to the Advent family. Your own voice. Customize your identities with a curated list of cosmetics purchasable with the VentiBucks you earn by working in the Ventiverse. Testimonial. My identity has really let me express myself for the first time. It's the first time I could choose who I wanted to be. Greg, new Adventee. Personalized dashboard. See everything about your identities at a glance. Oh, this is Alice here. That's our main character, I suppose. Department data mining. Performance tracker implant. Monthly physical asset storage fee. Interesting. So, the monthly physical asset storage fee, I'm presuming, is something about maybe the idea that this is a metaverse. Maybe people actively store their bodies and just live in the metaverse. Performance daily average, time spent working, satisfactory. Time spent idling, good. Time spent on break, poor. That's interesting. What does that mean exactly? Do they want you to work harder, or... I don't know. It's hard to tell. Especially when everything else is either good or satisfactory. How does that line up with a poor amount of time spent on break? Interesting. Oh, here we go. Company average compared to... Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's see. So it's a play on metaverse, like the Facebook thing. Yeah. So okay. So the metaverse is actually a, actually a dystopian concept that was coined in a novel from I forget what year the novel was from, but it was a dystopian novel, and the idea was explicitly dystopian. So then, obviously, a few years back, you had a bunch of tech moguls who basically stumbled upon the word, and it then decided to use it as a buzzword, essentially to get lots and lots of funding for things. Mark Zuckerberg was obviously one of the big ones. And so much so that he literally changed the company's name to Meta. Yeah. But ultimately, the fact of the matter is, metaverse is a word that means essentially nothing. It was a buzzword and just a buzzword. Ultimately, the, like, do you know what an MMORPG is? It's like, Club Penguin, League of Legends, stuff like that. Like, ultimately, like, that was already a metaverse that already existed. So the idea that this was some, huge thing, it was a massive flop and a massive failure and a massive understanding of what the idea of a metaverse was. It was an absolute mess. So the idea that what's being marketed here as a metaverse is actually really intelligent. It's a tech mogul buzzword thing. So the idea of basically providing this space where, I mean, it's literally building off sort of the words of people like Mark Zuckerberg. It's very intelligently thought through as a world building element of like, rather than, like Ready Player One, which sort of had this idea of the metaverse as some incredible thing that like it was good in many ways, right? This takes a look at the way tech moguls would have actually made the metaverse, which is not as something fun and with, it's something with the illusion of choice, and something that ultimately would funnel people towards buying more things and just continuing to participate in the, cyclical capitalist system of binaries, and all that shit. I hope that helps. It was an interesting thing to. I did a lot of research on the metaverse, and it was really interesting to to look into how pointless it was, and how empty a word it was. Um, so, we build the future. We shape our reality one algorithm at a time. Steve, CEO and founder of Advent. Interesting. Non-fungible tokens. Oh, great. So they have NFTs on top of all that. There's more down there, but I'm gonna go back down there in just a second. But, oh,
Advent and the new you.
Why, hello there, you beautiful human you. Welcome to the Ventiverse. My name is Steve, the founder and CEO of Advent, the company of the future, the company of you.
interesting. Okay. Not super in depth, but yeah. Okay. So, but if looking at this stuff, right, we can also understand a little bit more what the glitch is, right? So I was a little bit correct. Basically, there are these, despite the... Yeah, no, I got it. I was planning to go back down there to see that. Here we go. Meet Val. But just before we get into that, I think, right. Basically, you have an avatar, but the avatar is still restricted by the choices that the metaverse gives you, right? So if it gives you the choices between man and woman, you still have to choose, and not all people actually fit into that in any way. So if you have someone who doesn't exist within the choices that the corporation decides are the kinds of choices through which you can customize your identity, then you break the system. If you try to live that way anyway. So that does seem to be the glitch. Let's take a look at some more of this stuff. Meet Val. Val, Ventiverse Artificial Life, is your AI companion, perfected. Val, designed by and modeled after the late world-renowned scientist Sarah Adams, is the most advanced artificial intelligent companion in the world. Val can schedule meetings, send emails, provide emotional support, and more. Interesting. And, it also connects a little bit to some of the shit we've been dealing with lately of being able to sort of resurrect people digitally. That we've been seeing that in Hollywood a bit. So this is actually kind of like that. That's interesting. That's a great way of integrating some of this stuff. There's some really intelligent ways of integrating some of the really awful things that big companies have been doing into this idea of the Ventiverse. It's a really great blend of a lot of really awful things that have been happening. It's very intelligently thought through. Level up your experience, become a platinum adventee, get access to exclusive airdrops, events, advanced AI-powered features, and more. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so that's... Yeah, okay. Testimonial. My Identities is designed to be professional and efficient. The curated choices allow me to know that my entire Advent family is just as reliable and as competent as I am. Jamie, Finance Manager. Interesting. Curated choices is a key term here, I think. Again, if you step outside of the choices given to you, that's when you break things. About the company, the Advent experience. Here you are not just employees, you are architects of our new reality. Together we will redefine the way we work and connect with one another. A welcome message from IDENTITAZE.
In just a moment, your door will appear and you'll be able to choose one of us. And soon after,
Your Advent adventure will begin with your orientation specialist.
welcome to the family.
My family.
Okay.
System error. System error. System error.
Well, this is interesting.
Hello? Hopefully you can hear me. I'm Prism. Or at the very least, that's all you'll ever know us as. We've hacked into Val's matrix to use her voice, but I only have a moment. If you're going to be at Advent, you need to know his world, Steve's world, isn't as perfect as it seems. There's something else here. Something outside the borders of his system. You can hear it if you listen. I'm not sure what it is, but look for the glitches I created for you. It'll let you access.
System reset. Integrity restored. Replaying video.
Ooh, interesting.
In just a moment, your door will appear and you'll be able to choose one of us. And soon after,
Your Advent adventure will begin with your orientation specialist.
welcome to the family.
My family.
Very interesting. Consistency given by our identities is crucial for creating a supportive, harmonious environment so central to Advent's core values. So, they told me to look for the glitches, which, and I saw more, elsewhere. Hold on. Family. There we go. For internal use only. Now loading orientation audio. Let's take a listen.
Accessing Advent database. Loading. Orientation video. This audio is for internal use only and should not be distributed to external parties or colleagues. Playing.
Crafting Ventiverse avatars is more than just routine. It's an art form rooted in our corporate ethos of unity, harmony, and service. My advanced AI assistant, Val, uses sophisticated 3D modeling software to craft each avatar, ensuring every contour enables your optimal self to be in service to Advent's goals. My commitment to your authenticity extends to the smallest detail, ensuring that every interaction in the Ventiverse feels like reconnecting with a loved one. We're not just creating avatars, but nurturing a family bound by a shared experience in generating a better world through our unified actions. In that vein, I have implemented strict protocols to safeguard the integrity of our digital family. Any attempt to exploit or manipulate our avatars will be met with swift and decisive action. Our advanced monitoring systems constantly scan for signs of unauthorized activity, ensuring our users can engage in the Ventiverse with peace of mind. But make no mistake, we are not just protecting our users, we are protecting our very future. Any breach of the harmony of the Ventiverse damages our effectiveness, and I will not tolerate anything that tarnishes my vision. Those who dare to transverse the boundaries of our shared haven will face consequences beyond simple expulsion. So, to those who seek to disrupt the harmony of the Ventiverse, this is not a playground for your discordant aberrations. It is an industrial utopia where modern progress centers on a community with no poverty, or glitches, or evil. And I will do whatever it takes to preserve my vision, even if it means taking down those threatening it. And I ask you, the newest member of my Ventiverse family, to be vigilant for any who would disrupt our greater purpose.
Audio end. Section removed from final orientation video production due to increased hormonal distress registered in Advent employees. Note: work on internalized messaging regarding aberrations. End file. Hold. Detecting aberration.
Interesting.
Detecting aberration.
Together.
Terminate program. I guess my only option is yes here. Interesting. Obviously I can't log in. I don't have a maybe there's some way to find one.
Advent and the new
This is so cool, by the way. This is a great website.
Why,
It's so cool.
hello there, you beautiful human you. Welcome to the Ventiverse. My name is Steve, the founder and CEO of Advent, the company of the future, the company of you.
Advent and the
Okay, so no secret messages there. One new message. Your shift today is some. You know, this is an interesting thing. They seemingly want her to have spent more time on her break, considering the company average. Unless it's... I don't know, I'm just thinking about how she got a raise for forgoing the break. Oh, here we go. Analyze stage. Okay. Oh! Well, okay. Prism. Hello, Prism. We now have, a way to sign in. By the way, what it looks like is, the avatar is actually quite limited. Considering the stuff we just saw, in general, it's basically this choice between a base male model and a base female model. So you choose between them, or at least you're supposed to, which is why someone being, you can't choose both avatars as your base model. So having both avatars exist simultaneously as a split is very much breaking the system. So what's the, hold on, 3783. Ah, okay. Number 3783. Oh, probably as name, name number 3783. Nope, apparently not. Let's take a look back at that and see. Gender undefined, eyes undefined, department undefined. Johnny, Alice. Johnny, Alice. Dave, Johnny, Kate, and Prism again. Okay. Nope. Still wrong. It's kind of annoying, but maybe I'm missing something. Oh! No. That's not anything. At least it doesn't look like it. Unless it is a glitch, so I can't quite tell what I'm supposed to find here, though. Not yet, anyway. Well, this is highly interesting. This is very, very, very interesting. there's something about like the sound there that could be like decoded in some way, but I don't know how to do that. Or at least that's the implication of the video we saw earlier, that there's something in that in that sound, but it's unfortunately I don't quite know how to do that. It is odd to me that that we can't log in with Prism's you know, information here. Maybe we could try the passcode with someone else's ID? 0247. Oh! Wait, I have a thought. What if by... Okay, I have a thought. So, what if, because the idea, right, the rule that it said, right, was, right, name number, so rather than the word name, maybe it means, maybe it means, like, Prism. Let's try that. Yes, there we go. I love solving puzzles. They've been working on these secrets as well. Fun. Yeah, it's a great website. The puzzles are really well thought out, and the world building of the metaverse thing was like really smart. Do you want some hints? No, I'm doing okay actually. For now.
Accessing Advent database. Loading. File. CEO personal files. This audio is classified for the CEO's personal records only.
Ooh.
Violations will be met with severe reprimand.
Try me.
Playing.
Where am I? Always a good question, especially in a place like this.
Hello? Who is that?
I would have thought I wouldn't have needed any introduction.
Steve. Oh, I didn't expect...
Oh, they so rarely do.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Disturb? Oh, my son, you didn't disturb anything. I brought you here after your disruption so that we could chat. Can I help? Play some music for you? Val,
Yes, my star?
put on the music I programmed.
Of course, my dear.
Do you like it? Felix Mendelssohn, a musical prodigy. You have excellent taste. People born with talent. People who stand above the rest. We don't always get recognized in life, people like that. People like you and I. Perhaps that's why we must recognize each other.
Thank you, sir. I'm honored, but how did you know I like...
This song? Would you believe me if I said I pay attention to the small details?
I would.
Good man. It's how we get here. I pay attention to the minutiae everyone else forgets. But sometimes it helps to have an assistant. Val, tell me about my boy Anthony here.
Yes, of course, my dear. Anthony Wagner, hired 1,096 days ago. Promoted to production manager, studio operations, 405 days ago.
Age, 31. Most recent performance rating, A.
Personal data.
Most used personal applications, music. Most frequent artists played, Mozart, Stravinsky, and
And Felix Mendelssohn.
Correct, my dear.
Why is she speaking so?
Personally, the benefits of designing her. You get to choose how you're treated. I hope you're comfortable.
Yes, sir, I most certainly am, and thank you
Who is Jack Montgomery?
I don't...
Oh, come now. You've asked your instance of Val about him. How many times was it?
1,097 times.
1,097 times. One for every day, I presume. You ask about him every morning.
I can't...
Yes, you can. It's okay. He was someone you lost, wasn't he?
How did you...
Tell me. Who was he?
I can't. Not with her.
Why?
She was...
She was there, wasn't she? Or her voice was.
Yes, but...
Yes. I've lost people too, you know. Many years ago.
I'm sorry.
Lost them to silence. Silence and darkness. Something that came from outside the bounds of my system and took them from me. All they left in that silence was the sound of Val's voice. Distorted. Ringing in my ears.
Good
I know
question.
that sound.
Yes, I figured you would.
But it was Val's voice. You must know...
Who took them? I don't know for sure. All I know is that it's a glitch. A glitch that took my Val's voice and turned it into some abomination. It's strong on the local servers, but it's here too. A thing that eats the borders of my Ventiverse, trying to ruin what I have built. And it takes. You've seen it, Anthony, haven't you?
Yes.
They took your Jack.
Yes.
And that's what brought you here.
Yes.
And that's what caused you to decompile in my Ventiverse earlier tonight.
What?
You decompiled. That's what knocked you out. You glitched. To be frank, I don't often see glitches in my system. I built this world too well, so I take notice when they do happen, and I don't like glitches.
I didn't mean to...
Of course you didn't. Aberrations never mean to.
I am not an aberration.
Aberrations just are what they are.
I am not an aberration.
Are you so sure? Make me believe it.
I am not an aberration.
No, I suppose you're not. You've just been in proximity to one. And it's not your fault that it corrupted you, but you can clean yourself.
What do you mean?
I looked at your performance graphs. You're one of the top
eugenics
employees
framing.
in my Ventiverse.
Thank you, sir, but I'm sorry my department...
Yes, the underperformance, I noticed that. Oh, I didn't think that you would know anything more about my aberration problem. But I know that you would understand I need to stop it. To hunt it down, to find where it goes.
How do I do that, sir?
The corruption seeks out other aberrations, glitches in my system, those who do not fit. It comes for them. And if you find the glitches first, well, then we can track them and find it.
Find Jack.
Perhaps. And who is behind my Val's voice?
So, you want me to track them down?
I see you going far, Anthony. You make my system stronger. But there are others who don't support what I've built. They think what I'm building is easy, built on empty shells, automated, overly consistent, if you understand me. I'm not here to build a world of robots. I'm here to build a better world for all of us. And as you go, you'll see more of what I hope to design. And you'll also see those who don't fit in. I want to know about them when you do.
Of course, sir. I think I understand.
Good lad.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Go ahead. One question.
How did you get where you are? What were the rules to follow?
Rules. Let me tell you the trick to my success. You realize that everyone is a pawn, even yourself. But pawns can be deadly if you pay attention to those details. And if you get far enough, pawns can transform.
Into what?
Something that controls the board. Now, I don't know if we shall see each other again anytime soon, or if ever, but I thank you for being a part of my family.
Thank you, sir. I'll head home.
Val sent him to his own unit.
Sending.
I won't let you down, sir.
Val, stop the music. It's tiring.
Music stopped, dear.
Oh, they always ask the same questions every time. It's so dull. I do wish one of these drones would end up being, I don't know, interesting.
Perhaps next time, my star. Audio end. Recording dated 3 years ago. Additional follow-up. Employee Anthony Wagner has 1 aberration reported.
Oh?
Current status, top 1% performing employees. Company loyalty ranking, high. Promotion prospects, high. End file.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. We learned a lot from that. We know who Anthony is from the trailer. We'll definitely, once we've navigated the website as much as I feel we can, I want to go back and watch the trailer and fill in new details for ourselves. Considering the new context we will have, thanks to the website. Yes. Let's see. What else is there? Message. So it's definitely interesting to me that that Val is modeled after Sarah Adams, but so, but we don't know. Well, Advent Adams, that's a possibility. So the question is, assuming we're assuming, I'm assuming, I guess, that Val is modeled after Sarah Adams because Sarah Adams is the person that Steve lost. Now, I think there's a legitimate question about whether the person he lost actually loved him back. In fact, it might even be possible that the person who was disrupting the system there, who had Val's voice, might actually have been Sarah Adams. That would be very interesting. That would explain why she has the same voice as Val. But we shall see. No, we've mostly been through that already. Have you seen anything else on the site? Riva? 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 How, I don't know how to pronounce that. So far I've been able to do the, I found that recording. I found I found the recording by clicking on all of the glitches for family. What else have I done? I found the hack thing that goes here. I think those are the main ones I found. I wonder if there's any more. I haven't been able to find any yet. So let me know if you have any hints for something I haven't found yet. And I agree, there is so much extra stuff. Did I watch the glitch video? Yeah, nice. Yeah. Did you get the Val image? Yeah, so I've clicked on the Val image, but I don't really know what I'm missing here. I'm assuming there's something here, but I'm not sure what. I need to manipulate the URL. Oh, clever. Very clever. Well, oh, that is clever. All right. I knew there was something I was missing. All right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Under the guidance of Anthony Wigner, approved by the office of Steve Venti. So not Steve Adams. His last name is Venti. So the idea of... So, Advent... They're clearly partners. They created the thing together, Venti and Adams. But maybe she disagreed with the way he was taking things. Yeah, that's currently my theory, is that she disagreed and is now sort of in the in a sort of resistance capacity. My current theory. Congratulations on becoming a part of the Advent family. As you step into our world of innovation and creativity, we want you to understand the significance of the journey you are about to embark on. Your orientation into our company is not merely a formality, it is a pivotal moment that shapes the trajectory of your experience here. At Advent, we take pride in our unique approach to building a family, not just a workforce. Our success lies in our ability to foster a sense of belonging, unity, and most importantly, loyalty among our identities. Orientation serves as the cornerstone upon which we build this foundation. Orientation. Nice. Little bit of queer implications there. No idea if that's intentional, but I don't know. If it is, it, you know, yeah, I feel like everything so far has been too smart for that not to be intentional. For that, the idea that orientation is so important to fitting in. So, yeah. In the eyes of many, orientation might be seen as a routine process, but here at Advent, it's far more profound. It's an initiation into a world where we value not just your labor, but your commitment to our collective vision. Steve's vision. Interesting that they are conflating the collective vision and Steve's vision. Each piece of information shared and each decision made by you during your orientation is designed to integrate you seamlessly into our culture, making you an indispensable part of our Advent family. As you navigate through this orientation manual, you will discover our commitment to excellence, innovation, and mutual respect. On the surface, Advent appears to be a place of endless opportunities and camaraderie. However, underneath this lies a subtle truth. Your seamless integration into our family isn't just an option, it's a necessity. We believe in unity, but we also recognize the consequences of disloyalty. Every employee is a vital cog, but only when they fully embrace the ethos of Advent and Steve. By the way, interesting thing that he keeps going by Steve. It indicates a attempt to put people more at ease, right? Not having some sort of, authoritarian implicating title, right? I'm just Steve. I'm not Mr. Ventus or anything like that. So that's an interesting angle to this as well. So consider this more than just a welcome. Consider it a subtle warning. A reminder that while we open our arms wide to accept you into our Advent family, there are expectations, commitments, and unspoken rules that must be followed. Unspoken rules, that's an interesting way of phrasing it. Your orientation is more than just an introduction, it's a test of your loyalty and dedication. As you immerse yourself in the Advent experience, remember that your choices will define your place within our family. Embrace the knowledge shared in this manual, not just for understanding, but for survival. Welcome to Advent, where connections are transformed into commitments, and where your future depends on how well you adapt to our ways. Interesting. A message from Steve. Dear newest Adventee, I am thrilled to extend a warm and enthusiastic welcome to each and every one of you as you embark on this groundbreaking journey into my proprietary metaverse, the Ventiverse. As the CEO of Advent, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to my ever-evolving digital universe, where innovation meets imagination and where the future of work knows no bounds, except those I create to protect us all from uselessness. Again, eugenics framing. Very interesting. At Advent, we are all useful in building a greater tomorrow, and our Ventiverse is a testament to my commitment to shaping that future. In this digital realm, you will find like-minded individuals, all driven through my shared passion for innovation and a vision of a future shaped by cutting-edge technology, innovation, and your hard work. Repeated emphasis on work and usefulness. Here you are not just employees, you are architects of my new reality, my family. Interesting where the conflations happen. Together, we will redefine the way we work and connect with one another. To help you make the most of your new family, we have crafted this employee handbook, a comprehensive guide that outlines my core values, expectations, and the incredible resources available to you. I urge you to familiarize yourself with this handbook, as it will serve as your compass in navigating this innovative digital landscape. I believe in the power of the collective potential of each and every one of you to drive my Ventiverse to new heights. That is your purpose, our shared purpose. Together there is no limit to what we can achieve. As you embark on this exciting journey, remember that you are not just joining a company, you are becoming a part of a vision that is shaping the future. Welcome to the family, my family. Steve Venti, CEO and founder, Advent. And yes, I was right, that's a picture of Steve there. Introduction. Hello, welcome to Advent Orientation. We're glad you picked us as your employees, metaverse host, and physical body asset storage and maintenance facilitator. I am Michelle, your guide to the Ventiverse. Interesting. Gotta head out. Think you got everything so far. I'm sure there's more. Posted all on Nebula Reddit so far. Cool. And thanks for stopping by. Seriously. Advent Culture. The Advent Culture Initiative welcomes you. Unity, integrity, service, output. These are the key ingredients to a successful worker and a successful company. They are also the values of our CEO and founder, Steve. We represent his family. We are all stakeholders in where we live and work, and will need all four values here to succeed. Unity. Together we thrive. Unity is not just a word, it is the doctrine that binds us under our visionary leader, Steve. In the Ventiverse, unity means unquestioning allegiance, submission to the greater purpose as envisioned by Steve. Every voice is heard, not in democratic equality, but in subservience to the grand design that Steve orchestrates. Well, that's a creepy way of thinking about it. When we stand, not just in thinking about it, but in phrasing it, when we stand united, prepared to carry out any task, no matter how daunting, with unwavering loyalty, there is no challenge too great, no goal too ambitious. Integrity, the bedrock of trust. Integrity is our moral compass. It is the unwavering loyalty to our leader's will, the unquestioning obedience that builds trust. Not trust among equals, but trust in the infallible wisdom of Steve. Upholding integrity is not merely a duty, it is an obligation to preserve the sanctity of our Advent family. It's a commitment we expect from every member. Very interesting how, this company is very much, and Steve specifically, is framing all of this in a way that, it appears very, positive and sort of hopeful, but also frames everything in a very, cult of personality, fascist eugenics light. But it's, it can make people unsettled, but if they're not really, thinking about it too much, they might not quite put it all together. Service is at the heart of our interactions. It is empathy for Steve's vision. You will find that the more you pledge to his vision, the more empathy you will feel for his way of seeing the world and future. Service is best shown through action, work, hard work. We believe in giving back to our community, supporting each other, and extending our hands wherever and whenever needed, no matter the time or cost. We commit that we will always watch you to help guide you as you commit to service. Always watch. Through service, we bind ourselves tighter to the collective consciousness of our Advent family, and help leave Steve's indelible mark on the world around us. Output. Excellence in every endeavor. Output represents our commitment to excellence. It's not just about getting the job done, it's about doing it exceptionally well. We take pride in our work and in our ability to deliver outstanding results. Every project, every task is an opportunity to showcase our loyalty and commitment to the grand vision. Your output is not a personal achievement, it is a reflection of our collective achievement under Steve's designs. The harder the effort, the greater the output. Remember, we are not just employees. We are the Advent family, a shared responsibility. Remember, we are not just employees. We are stakeholders in the legacy of Advent, just as Steve is a stakeholder in us. Our CEO and founder, Steve, has entrusted each of us with the responsibility to preserve and enhance the values that define our family. Living by the Advent family code is not just an expectation, it's a shared responsibility. As you navigate through your time here, keep those values close to your heart, for they will guide you towards success as a member of our Advent family. With unity, integrity, service, and output, we forge ahead stronger together. Welcome once again to the Advent family. Best regards, the Advent Culture Initiative team. So, let's see. Employee number 1701 file. Employee number 1701, company advent, employee name missing, date of birth invalid, place of birth missing, social security number invalid, physical asset container missing, position 70. I don't know what that means. Department data mining supervisor Anthony Wigner. This must have been the operation he found. Date of hire today. Employment status full-time, salary level 1. Emergency contact phone, nothing in either of those. Future fund contributions invalid. Paid time off balance invalid. Employee benefits invalid. Notes orientation specialist Michelle McLeod Buthna or something. Behind schedule. Identity selection male female avatar error. This this information is incomplete and contains invalid or missing data. Please verify and update the missing / valid information as soon as possible to ensure accurate records for the employee. Supervisor determination required. Potential aberration. Interesting. It looks to me like there's something here, but I think someone else would have to go through it and find a way to bring out the whatever words are there, because that's another, like, there was the audio thing and then there's this, which is a visual thing. I think the audio needs needs someone who is skilled with audio to go through and extract whatever words are there. And this might need someone who is skilled with visuals to find a way to bring out the text here. Because that's not a skill I have. Sadly. It's getting a bit late for me, so let's watch the trailer one last time and see what things look like now that we have all this information. See what we can glean from it. Now,
There's a sound in your mind, heard only in the silence between heartbeats. It's chaotic, unruled, isolated.
so this is probably the avatar selection screen. Blue is female, red is male. Also, this guy's definitely Anthony, the guy using the metronome.
There's a sound in your mind, heard only in the silence between heartbeats. It's chaotic, unruled, isolated. It tricks you into thinking it's a full song.
Isolated, it tricks you into thinking it's a full song. So basically, like, you have something in the back of your head that's sort of telling you something is not right. But it's...
Who are you?
But in truth, you're just an instrument, waiting for a conductor to teach you the actual.
Very interesting. So yeah, that's definitely Anthony. These are the avatars, and so the avatar selection screen glitched and created two.
Melody.
Well, where is he?
As far as you're concerned, there's only one of you.
perfect. Stronger. Always on time. I don't often see glitches in my system. I built this world too well.
Still don't know who that woman is, but the pamphlet she has there is probably the employee orientation manual we were just reading.
So I take notice when they do happen. And I don't like glitches.
So yeah. Okay. I think that's what I can find right now. If someone else has an idea, maybe, or if I see that someone else has uncovered something, I might do another stream to see what I could find, and what new context I could potentially analyze and glean, and all this stuff from all that. But for now, I'm going to wrap up here. But this was really interesting and had a lot of fun. It's all really intelligent. I'm somehow even more excited for Identities now. So, yeah. Have a good night or morning or whatever your time zone is, everyone. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.